Choosing a neighborhood in LA, man, that is a big decision, especially when you're looking at two heavy hitters on the west side, Santa Monica and Westwood. They're both incredibly prestigious, right? But they offer completely different ways of life. So in this explainer, we're going to break down the key differences to help you figure out which one is the right fit for you.
You know, when it comes right down to it, the choice between Santa Monica and Westwood is really all about what you want your day-to-day to feel like. Are you craving that salty air, that laid-back beachy vibe of the coast? Or are you drawn to that intellectual, cultural energy of a really bustling city center? We're going to dive into all of it so you can make a choice you feel great about.
All right, here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll set the scene for these two Westside jewels. Then, we'll dive into the lifestyle, the actual homes, and even the kinds of people you'll meet. And yep, we are absolutely going to break down the costs, because that's huge. By the end, you'll know exactly where you want to write your Westside story.
Okay, so let's get one thing straight. Both Santa Monica and Westwood are considered the cream of the crop on the west side. They attract buyers with really high expectations. But what makes them so different? Well, Santa Monica is this world-famous beach city, right? And Westwood is a total cultural and academic powerhouse. Let's dig into what that actually means for the people who live there.
Now, let's get into the heart of it all, the vibe. Seriously, this isn't just about where these places are on a map. It's about the feeling you get when you're walking down the street. The daily rhythm of life in Santa Monica is just a world away from Westwood. And that's what we're going to explore right now.
The personality of each neighborhood really comes down to this. Santa Monica is all about being outside, being active. It has this incredible sense of community and a really creative spirit. Westwood, on the other hand, it's a bit more formal, a bit more of an intellectual hub, with UCLA right at its center. It pulls in this amazing mix of academics, doctors, and people who just love culture. Just picture your weekends in Santa Monica. You could be grabbing fresh stuff at one of the three weekly farmers markets, feeling that ocean breeze on the iconic beach path, or maybe catching a free concert on the pier while the sun goes down. The whole city is designed for walking, especially charming streets like Montana Avenue, lined with all these cool boutiques and cafes. It's a place where community, health, and just having fun are baked into the lifestyle.
Westwood offers a totally different kind of vibe, one that's plugged right into its academic roots. You're surrounded by the buzz of a major university, so you've got access to world-class museums, incredible theaters, and cultural events right there. The walkable Westwood Village is always buzzing with activity, and you're just a hop, skip, and a jump from the big business and entertainment hubs of Century City and Beverly Hills. It's a life of intellectual energy plus the amazing convenience of being so central. Okay, so now you've got a feel for the lifestyle, let's talk about where you'd actually live. Because the homes in Santa Monica and Westwood are just as different as the lifestyles they support.
The houses in each neighborhood are a perfect mirror of their character. In Santa Monica, you'll find everything from these breezy beachfront condos to classic, charming craftsman bungalows, and of course, those huge estates with ocean views. Westwood, though, has a more urban and historic feel. We're talking elegant single-family homes, architectural gems, and the big one, those iconic luxury high-rises that basically are the Westwood skyline.
And when you think of Westwood real estate, you have to think of the Wilshire Corridor. This famous stretch of Wilshire Boulevard is basically a canyon of luxury high-rises. Each one offers its own unique take on that full-service, amenity-rich lifestyle. It's not just a place to live, it's a statement about how you want to live.
So what does full service really mean? Well, think of it like living in a 5-star hotel. You've got a 24-hour concierge ready for anything, valet parking for you and your guests, and top-notch security. But honestly, it's the resort-style amenities that really set these places apart. We're talking state-of-the-art gyms, gorgeous pools, and even private wine cellars. It is the absolute ultimate in convenience and luxury.
So who are the people who actually call Santa Monica and Westwood home? The unique lifestyle and housing in each neighborhood, well, they attract a really distinct crowd. Let's take a look at who your neighbors might be.
The demographics here tell a really interesting story. Santa Monica, with its Silicon Beach status, is a total hub for tech and media pros. Its top-rated schools are also a massive draw for families. Plus, it's a haven for creatives. And, of course, people looking for that ultimate luxury life. Westwood, on the other hand, is a magnet for the medical and legal elite, being so close to UCLA and Century City. It also pulls in a big international community and folks who are looking to downsize into that convenient, amenity-rich lifestyle.
Of course, no real estate decision is complete without talking about the bottom line. And when you're looking at Santa Monica and Westwood, there are some really unique financial things you need to know that go way beyond just the price of the home.
Okay, let's start with a term you might not know, transfer tax. Now, this is not your yearly property tax bill. Nope. This is a one-time fee paid when a home is sold. And in Santa Monica, especially for high-end properties, this tax has become a massive factor in the market.
So for properties under $5 million, the transfer tax in Santa Monica is, pretty modest. It bumps up a little for homes between 5 and 8 million, but it's what happens after that $8 million mark that has completely changed the game for luxury real estate in the city. For any sale of $8 million or more, a new measure has pushed the transfer tax to a staggering 5.71%. Yeah, you heard that right. To put that in perspective, on an $8 million sale, the seller is on the hook for over $450,000 in taxes. It's a massive expense, and it has had a huge impact on the high-end market.
Now, over in Westwood, the big financial story is the HOA fee, especially on the Wilshire Corridor. But listen, not all high fees are created equal. In those top-tier buildings, you're paying for that five-star lifestyle, and that investment usually pays off in the resale value. The real risk is in some of the older buildings that have high fees but not a lot of amenities. You could be paying a premium for a property that just doesn't give you that same return on your investment. It's all about bang for your buck.
So, we've gone through the lifestyle, the homes, the people, and the costs of living in both Santa Monica and Westwood. Now, let's bring it all together to help you decide which one of these incredible neighborhoods is the right place for you to call home.
All right, here's the final breakdown. Santa Monica? It's that coastal, active vibe with beach houses and a community full of tech pros and families. But, and it's a big but, you have to be ready for that huge transfer tax on luxury properties. Westwood, on the other hand, is your urban academic hub filled with high-rises and a mix of medical and legal professionals. The key financial piece there is the HOA fee, which can be either a great investment or a pretty big drain. At the end of the day, the choice between Santa Monica and Westwood is a choice between two very different versions of the California dream. Do you see yourself living that life of sun, sand, and community right on the coast? Or are you drawn to the intellectual and cultural buzz of the city's vibrant heart? Only you can decide which West Side story is yours to write.